Good morning, good morning, good morning to Carter C and Little Mouse and Dan. I see y'all coming in. If you're watching on the replay, fast forward to get to the show, but hit the like button first. Vinny T, namaste. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
3, 2, 1, live. Cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam, and if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. My name is Ron E. Bradley, and you are watching The Daily Dish. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day today, whether that be morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever time it is, wherever you're watching from, whether you're watching this live now or on the replay. But as of the live now, today's date is the 30th day of October, 2024. The year is moving faster than I expected. Like, I don't know, all of a sudden in October, it really seemed to start speeding up for me. I don't know why. This month has gone by so fast that I have not been able to get out everything I wanted to get out, which is crazy. I've got still editing, working on the SeaWorld vlog that talks about the SeaWorld Spooktacular. It was just so busy the other day, craziness. And I need to get out to SeaWorld more and do more from SeaWorld and do more about SeaWorld. And obviously, you know, today, of course, it's going to be more about Universal. So we'll certainly be doing more about Universal as Epic comes closer. I did not get opening day tickets to Epic Universe, but that doesn't mean I won't be covering Epic Universe, and I have certainly friends who will be there, and we'll certainly get some footage and things like that. It's going to be crazy, though. Opening day is going to be absolutely nuts, and who knows what kind of previews or whatever. They might have media previews beforehand. Maybe I can get some kind of ticket to that or something. I don't know, but we shall certainly see. But what we want to see first is all of your lovely faces out there this morning on the 30th day of October. Of course, I have this is sort of my Halloweenish set behind me, if you will. It's got a full moon back there, and obviously it's bright and sunny right now in Orlando at the time that I'm doing this. But please click like on your way in. If you haven't liked the stream yet, please go ahead and click like. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can click like. If you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's absolutely free. Click that notification bell, because when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm and you get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradley's Fun. And if you're watching this on the replay, please do leave a comment before you head out the door. We appreciate that so much. Those things are the things that help the algorithm, but the other thing that helps so much is you guys sharing this out on your social medias. Share this with the people you love, and if you have enemies, you can share it with them too, because it will be funny. So anyhow, good morning to my beautiful wife, Virginia Bradley, using her Magical Adventures moniker this morning in the chat. We have Virginia Bradley Magical Adventures and Virginia Bradley Adventures, and who knows how YouTube things will morph over time, but there's just, thank you, baby. I appreciate that. And let's see who else we have out there today. And I'll say hi to everybody that I see. Little Mouse 27, first in the door, says hey. And also, yeah, do know that you can come in and comment on these streams as soon as I get them up. Sometimes I'll get the initial stream up the night before. A lot of times it's the morning of, but it just depends on what I have going on and what the story's going to be and how much energy this old man has. As I have my birthday coming up on Friday, I'm going to click off another year on the ticker this Friday, and over half a century of age and wisdom and whatever else comes along with that. Dan's Life at the Kingdom, good morning. Comparing to the Okras still wins. I also might have a photo from you to share coming up, which is, it's a photo that I saw actually a lot of other places. So we'll see. Hopefully that uploaded and I have it available to share. Oh, that's just me. That's my other thing there. Carter C says hi. Hi, Carter C. Welcome into Follow the Bradley's Fun. Tom F is at the doctor's office. We're all praying for Tom and his wife. Hello from the doctor's office. We're waiting for the doctor. That's could take forever. And Goen Shogi says good morning. And Juliet from across the pond says good afternoon. Follow the Bradleys and chat. Vinny T says he's going to be doing some ninja watching this morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to be ninja mode this morning. Don't want to miss this episode. I did my part by clicking the like now. Off to yoga. Namaste. Namaste. I need to do more yoga. You should see the kind of shape that I used to be in when I used to do yoga. I should bring up that picture. Oh my gosh. I so want to get, I'm like, I woke up this morning with this feeling, this emphasis in my brain. I need so much to get back into shape, lose my body fat weight, build my muscle shape, and get back into shape again as a 50 plus something, because for the rest of my 50s, I need to get in shape, stay in shape, because I'm going to go into my 60s and 70s, and I want to do everything I can to maintain my health and even grow it. So he says, yes, I did all of that. Good morning from Dude Man Cuz, hitchhiking off there. Dan's Life Kingdom says, I have a feeling the Frankenstein ride is competing against the Haunted Mansion. I think it's going to be scarier. I don't know if it's really competition. I actually think that what they've done is created a whole land their epic universe that's going to compete with the Haunted Mansion vibe. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And when you see these animatronics, oh my gosh, they're like, you may have already seen them somewhere. We're going to go over it. It's so amazing. Love how the docs say to be here at a certain time, then sit you down for an hour or two. Makes me furious, Go and Shogi says. Tom F says, we should be able to charge them for our time. I know, right? Nobody on Earth's time is more important than doctors. Lazy bums, a lot of them. So, yes, indeed. Thanks to you all, my baby says, all the hearts, my beautiful wife, lurking while I work. I'm going to lurking while I work. Thank you. The Canadian family life. Pixie Dust Travelers. Tracy says, good morning. Love the butterfly wings. Oh, finally you're going in. Yeah, yay. Good morning, Jonathan. Maybe we'll meet up today. I'm going to try and get out and about today, Jonathan. So let's see what happens. I will text you and we'll see where you're at. I am in a shape. The shape is round. Yes, that's unfortunately where I'm at too. And I need to change that. How do we change that? Okay. So as I have welcomed all 17 of you watching out there, we appreciate that so much, so much. Of course, one of the things we like to do is celebrate you. We celebrate you because you guys are the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out. And as we do that celebration, okay, as we do that celebration, I want to show you what the celebration looks like. So any PayPals that I get, any super chat, super thanks, super stickers, and if you see, there's a new thing in YouTube where you have a goal, right? And it's new today. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't really know what to set it at, but I think it might be in your chat. It's in my chat. It says 0 of 5 right now, and those are for supers. So I guess I've set a goal of 5 super chats, just because it's arbitrary. I don't really know exactly now, but I've set the goal. There it is. If you want to do it, that's great. If they build up like that, we will do a celebration at the end, whether it's super chat, super thanks, super stickers, memberships, becoming a member anniversary, whatever. We are going to celebrate it, and that celebration is going to look like this. Yay! Oh, there was a weird delay there. Let's try that again.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, that's too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. It's making me mental. But if they say yes, you can be on the show. I think I would go so crazy.
All right. Celebration time. Celebration. Look at all of you on the celebrating and the emojis and woohoo and dancing and the waving and yay. I was looking for something that didn't quite go to the right folder this morning, and I'm trying to see if I have been able to get it into the right folder now. And I think maybe it is uploaded, but it is one of the first news items that I want to get to today. So again, brand new today. This is not something that I've ever seen before. It's a YouTube thing. It's not a me thing. But YouTube has got this new goal thing for supers. So any super stickers, super chat, super thanks are very welcome today. And let's see if we can get to that goal. We've got an hour to get to. We've got 0 out of 5 right now. So anybody who wants to be first, yay, appreciate that. Let's see if I can find what I am looking for. Now, I believe I can. All right, so as of today, at Disney World, Walt Disney World, yeah, no, that's, I don't know how the goal works, but memberships are fine. You can drop anything you want to. It's a weird thing. YouTube dropped the goal, but you know what? It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to consider it part of the goal if you drop super, or if you drop memberships. That's all good to me, man. All good. You know it is. So, and actually, I love the memberships because it helps more people to be able to see more things on the channel. And I think it's getting me a lot closer to my goal. I think I need 75 for the next emoji. So, yeah, do whatever you want. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see here. Oh, yes, I wanted to share this. So, at Disney World today, today is the day that the Lightning Lane Premier Pass went on sale. So, and now this is only available. This is only available to people who. This is only available to people who are staying in a deluxe resort at Disney World. So so if you were there, you have your vacation, you're staying at Grand Floridian, you're paying $1,500 a night for Grand Floridian, you're paying $160 a day for each park entrance. Then on top of that, because you know what? Disney's like, look, you guys, if you have the money to stay at the Grand Floridian and you're one of our wealthiest guest, who is like pretty much almost anybody that can come to Disney today, it's hard to get unless you're a local and you can do a pixie pass like me. It's becoming more and more difficult for the average person to be able to make it to Disney, especially with today's economy and the way the economy has gone for the last nearly 4 years. I'm hoping that maybe we can do something next week to potentially change the flow of the economy. But it is what it is for right now. So right now, let's see here. There we go. This is what happened today. Yay! There's a gifty. Let's do a mini celebration just to show what a mini celebration looks like for the gifty.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo!
Oh, this is just the best of us see. Congratulations. Oh, it does not count on the counter. Sorry about that. But that's okay. That is okay because you know what? I'm celebrating it regardless. Yeah. Again, it's a YouTube thing. It just showed up. So I was like, okay, well, there it is. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Please. Very, 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 very cool. Cool. And congratulations to the Real Brits of Florida. Real Brits of Florida, congratulations. You have now, as of today, are a member of the channel. Welcome to the Fun Fam membership. And thank you, Go and Shogi, for the gifty. So, if you're staying in a deluxe resort, you're paying that $1,500 a night premium stay. You are paying $150 per day or more per ticket for each individual member of your family. Then, in addition to that, if you're going to the Magic Kingdom Park today, you can pay $329 per guest, or an extra, let's say if you have a party of 4, you can pay an extra, what is that, $1,350 or so for the day. So $1,350 plus your $600 park entrance is, so you're looking at basically $2,000. $2,000 plus your stay at the resort. That's another $1,500. So basically now $3,500 a day, right? And I saw this. You may have seen my comments on their Facebook post, but yes, I answered their Facebook post. So now you're up to $3,500 for a single day at the Magic Kingdom, just so you can go on all the rides. Now let me tell you something. On the 30th day of October, if you plan your day right and you want to go on every single ride that's available at the Magic Kingdom, because some of them will be down, you do not need to pay all of that extra money. So all I'm saying is that these went on sale today. Now, the other parks maybe are more reasonable. Good morning, Ron. I have a big news today. Today is my big 25th anniversary of my podcast show. I have a lot of guest stars coming on my show and more music guests for a special event at 7 p.m. Eastern. I will check that out. Mr. Fulton Mraz. Let's see, and love to Prem Virginia Bradley Adventures. All right, so you have Magic Kingdom Park is $329 per person per day. Epcot $170, $169 per person per day. Disney's Hollywood Studios $269 per guest. I guess they're considering that the attractions at Hollywood Studios are, I mean, they have fewer attractions at Hollywood Studios, I think, than they have operating at Epcot. Does that also get you front of the line or lightning lanes for all of the shows? I'm assuming maybe it does as well. But the thing is, are you going to have time, even if you're not waiting long periods of time? Are you going to have the time to do it all? Are you going to get it all in? I don't know. Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park is $129 per day. It's hard for me, honestly. It is difficult for me to gauge this experience as a pass holder, as somebody who goes frequently enough that I can, I've ridden everything there. There's nothing I don't think there's any attraction that I haven't been on or any show that I haven't seen over time at Disney World. Oh, thank you, dude, man, cuz. Appreciate that. Woohoo. And we are going to celebrate all of these at the end of the show. All the supers, all of the, all super chats, all super things, super stickers, and memberships and everything. We're going to do a big celebration at the end of the show for all that. They had to do 2 things. So, and Go and Shogi says, put that on the screen again. Woohoo! Thank you so much, dude, man, cuz for the generosity. They had to do 2 things: brag they could afford it, and 2, cope that they paid for it. I think a lot of these people, honestly, from the comments that I've seen in Facebook group, and Dan, you can back me up on this, whether I think, and yes, he might have been trying to troll the group. I think that this is a bragging rights thing. Honestly, I really do. I have seen lately some really, what I would consider, from my point of view, extremely snobbish responses in especially the Facebook groups, the groups that I'm in for Disney World. There are snobs there are Disney snobs, there are adults, there are Disney adults and snobbish Disney adults. And I'm talking, I have seen arrogance on a whole new level. Dan, you can tell me, we're in the same groups. You let me know if you think that these people are being arrogant. This is the Star Cruiser all over again for the folks that can't get into Club 33. Some are going to brag about it. It's bound to happen. But I've seen the braggadocio that I've seen in these Facebook groups on people that are going to the cake bake shop and stuff like that. I mean, I've seen some people really bragging about their situation and putting down in the Facebook groups the people that are regular, normal people living regular, normal lives with regular, normal jobs, basically the 98% of humanity. Are being put down by the 2%. And that's the people Disney seems to be catering the most to these days. And I'm not saying that they haven't always had experiences that are high priced, but they seem to be really catering to the elite rich, and maybe even the elite leftist rich. That's just from my point of view. But I will tell you, if you want to be like me and not be a leftist, elitist, really, really rich person, I am not, but you want to feel like it for the day, all you got to do is head over to the Grand Floridian and pretend like you're staying there. Just feel like you're welcome over at the Grand Floridian. That's what we did yesterday. We went to the Polynesian and we went to Grand Floridian. We were live. Some of you may have seen that. And now over at the Grand Floridian, they are building the gingerbread house. Now, this is something that is, to me, is part of what I'm calling Walt's firewall. Now, I know Walt didn't specifically have anything to do directly with this gingerbread house because it's been going on for 25 years and he's passed away like 60 years ago or 70 years. How long ago did he pass away? Has it been 60 or 70 years? 60, almost 60 years, something like that. Yeah. Go and Shogi. Yeah. You just perfectly described why I'm not on social media. I understand, brother. I do understand. So, we went to the Grand Floridian yesterday, and from Walt to Bob Iger, everyone that was in charge, everyone that was upper echelon of Disney, everybody really tried to keep things in line with Walt's ideals, even so much that Splash Mountain was created in the first place. Because you remember, that was created in the late 80s. So Splash Mountain was created at a time when we were all about, in this country, overcoming things like racism, like that, like the eight. I mean, you look at the shows that came out in the 1980s and early 90s, shows like The Cosby Show, Family Matters, even the 70s with Good Times and Different Strokes and shows like this. I mean, we're talking about like nobody even cared like they do today. It's so weird because we have basically overcome it until around 2008. I don't know what happened in 2008, but it just seems like since then, since maybe 2008, 2009, it's just like, it's been crazy, right? But anyhow, but up until Bob Iger came in, people at Disney were really trying to, I think, do things according to the way Walt wanted. I don't think they do that now. And if they do, they have skewed their idea of what Walt's ideals were, right? So at the Grand Floridian 25 years ago, they started doing something that is so cool, and I love it. And again, that's why I call it part of Walt's firewall, because I believe that this is something that Walt would have wanted done. Anybody can go in there and see it. You don't have to pay money to go in to see this. You can pay to buy things there, but it is a giant gingerbread house. Now, a lot of the deluxe resorts have smaller gingerbread houses on display, but this one is huge. Okay, so and we are going to talk about that. I must have missed that comment. That's okay, but thank you for taking care of the comment for me, Go and Shogi. Appreciate that. I didn't see it, must have missed it. That's okay. So we're going to talk about the Grand Floridian. Now, this was the night before. I'm only sharing this picture because it was really pretty. This is from our own home, and it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunset. But and oh, by the way, this picture right here that says closest Hampton Inn to Gatorland. This is where I was attempting to join the WDW Pro Show live from yesterday. They are actually very nice and very cordial, but ended up being a group came in, made some noise, and I just couldn't stay but they had a nice little area there in the lobby. And unfortunately, while it was quiet and the background music wasn't playing so loud while I was there, unfortunately, I was placed in front of the front door, and the front door opening and closing and groups coming in and coming out. That made it basically impossible for me to stay on the WDW Pro Show without being very disruptive, and that would have been rude to Pro, and I'm not going to be rude to Pro. I'm going to be nice to the WDW Pro because it's always a good time for me to be on his show. Now, this is a screenshot from my own phone when I was watching my sweetheart Virginia do her live, because we both did our own individual lives from there. So you can see in these pictures them building the house. Now, this is the Grand Floridian. This is looking up at the ceiling of the Grand Floridian. By the way, this really has a lot of cake bake shop vibes, or if you go in the cake bake shop, it gives you Grand Floridian vibes if you're in there. So honestly, the prices at the cake bake shop are so in line with where you would think they would be if it were located at the Grand Floridian. So it's just kind of surprising that it's at the boardwalk. But like I was saying to somebody yesterday, it's kind of funny. You could pretend like you're Doctor Strange and do the thing with your fingers and pretend like you're opening up a portal from boardwalk to Grand Floridian, and then walk into the front door of the cake bake shop. And you're like, oh, look, I'm at the Grand Floridian. I have entered into a portal here. And this is looking up at the beautiful ceiling of the Grand Floridian. By the way, somebody told me this the other day. Always look up in Disney, because you see some amazingly beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things. Indeed. And then while we were here, Dan's Life at the Kingdom says, I definitely miss you guys. I was at Trader Sam's, got a Leota mug and left us Disney fans. Hate Walt Disney. I don't really get that. It's so weird, because Walt is the one that made the magic, and he made it for everybody. And that's the thing. He didn't cater to a specific group. He catered to the generality, the sensible center, as WDW Pro likes to say, where it's basically, if you cater to everybody and you're not trying to please this specific group over this specific group, but you're just trying to generally please audiences, I think you'll hit the mark every single time. But if you go, well, this group, maybe they're small and they feel ostracized, and you got to cater to them, well, then you're gonna not cater to the other groups. It's very bad. And then everyone in the parks used to be about sharing fun. Now it's about brag culture. With all of the Instagramming and stuff like that, I can see that. It would be a fun troll if everyone going into the cake bake shop dressed like it's Boardwalk Empire. Oh, that's funny. They could have had a painting of Walt touching Mickey on the ceiling, like the Sistine Chapel. Okay, that might be a little bit what's the word for that? Rude to religion, blasphemous. Maybe a little bit blasphemous. We don't want to do that. The Bud Files, Sue says, good morning. And again, we're looking up at the ceiling of the Grand Floridian, and we're going to get to what they do here. So every year at Christmas time, oh, there's my baby. She's doing her live stream. Hi, baby. All right. So every year at Christmas time, they build this gingerbread house, and check this thing out. Look how many workers, cast members they have on this thing. It's pretty wild when you look at this. It's big enough, and you can kind of see the stature of it with some of the people on and around, putting up the tiles, putting up the shingles. Every single piece of that is made of gingerbread. They are attaching them to this, I believe it's a wooden structure that they attach with no, you're good, Jonathan. It's funny. But they attach this into this wood structure. It's so cool, it's so crazy. And this becomes this huge gingerbread house. Everything that they're putting on the outside is completely edible. I asked about it. I asked cast members about it, whether or not people eat this thing. They say they do not suggest it, but yes, people do grab pieces and take bites of it. And I'm not saying that I have in the past, but yes, I have. But and it's still edible, and it was still fine. And I did that when they were taking it down. So this is October. They put this up in October. They take it down in January. So I was eating gingerbread that was like 3 months old. So this is a note during the show to my wife, Virginia. If you're watching, for some reason, High Five Dentistry just called. You might want to go and take that. But yeah, here they are building it, and there were probably a good, I would say, 20 cast members around looking at it being built, some actually working on it. You had construction worker people in there working on the inside of the thing. They're putting electricity inside. And what they do is they actually sell gingerbread and food and other gifts out of this gingerbread house. So anybody can go to the Grand Floridian. You may not be able to park there, but you can park other places and ride over. But you can see like a construction worker in the back. You see all the culinary people. The regular culinary people have, like the cooks and stuff, they have their green aprons on, and the chefs don't have an apron on. But there were several chefs around building this thing. And the live stream is up on both my channel and Virginia's channel. So if you want to check out the live stream of this being built, here you can see them putting the shingles on. By the way, these shingles are individually hand cut. They're baked to the shape, but if you can see, some of the pieces are cut. Those are cut by hand on the spot while they're doing this. So none of this is prefabricated. This is all done by hand. It's kind of crazy. They start baking. This, by the way, is at Citrico's, but they start baking this in July. Now, think about that. All of the pieces, they started to get baked in July. So if I ate a crumb of this in January, I ate a 6-month-old crumb. Yikes. But it doesn't mold. They must have some type of preservative, something in there that helps it, because none of this gets moldy. It all stays fresh on the outside fairly, which is weird. I don't know how they do it, but this is amazing. I love this. Is very, very magical to me to see this structure going up. There it is from above, and you can see that from above how they do this. You can see the size, the scale, the scope, and it's like an amazing structure. And I love watching this being built. Look, there's people up on the roof working on the roof of this thing, working on the structures on the inside. That's the Enchanted Rose, where people are going to line up. They'll line up around there, and you buy gingerbread. They used to be more reasonable. I think the shingles were in the past. You could buy a gingerbread shingle coated with chocolate on the back, and it was around. Used to be like $7-8. Now I think it's like going to be like 13 or 14 this year for each one of those. A funny thing, it didn't break my teeth. It was a little bit soft. So they were building it fast. On my post, people showed me 7:30 a.m. mats were down, and they started building the wood. Yeah, the thing goes up. They told me, I think they said by the end of tomorrow, this thing will be done, and it will be up and running by Friday the 1st. That's pretty crazy. And Goen Shogi says it's barely gingerbread. And the recipe for gingerbread you eat and the gingerbread you build with are usually vastly different. That's quite possible. The shingles that they sell on the inside look like the shingles from the roof. I don't know if it's the same recipe or if it's not the same recipe. Yeah, some of that might be edited out, just to let you know. But yeah, there is actually a different proprietary gingerbread recipe for each one of these locations at the Disney World Resort. I don't know how they do this at Disneyland because I've never been there Christmas time, but at the Disney World Resort, there is a proprietary gingerbread recipe for the Grand Floridian, the Beach Club. They sell gingerbread there. Wilderness Lodge, the Contemporary, and possibly Animal Kingdom as well. And there may be other locations that I'm forgetting about. But yes, genius marketing. I'd buy a shingle. Yeah, I mean, this is a great place. If you get a whole basket of them, you can say, yeah, I went to Disney and I got shingles. But they're really like, here's my thing. This is what I like to do. I like to grab a bag of the gingerbread treats. So what they do is there's like a cellophane bag. They fill them with little gingerbread cookies, different shapes. There's frosting on them, different things. And I like to go get hot cocoa. Now, we used to do this for free because we had the resort mugs, and the resort mugs used to last forever. Now they have like a little chip in the resort mugs where if you go in there and you try to use a resort mug that's out of date, it won't let you get the cocoa, or maybe you can still get cocoa. I don't know. It definitely won't let you on the Coke machine. But we used to go and use our old resort mugs and get hot cocoa for free and grab these over at Gasparilla Grill. Grab the shingles and other, gingerbread treats and like watch the Christmas fireworks from Gasparilla Grill at the Grand Floridian while eating the gingerbread dipped in the hot cocoa. And it was like, oh, yeah. No, the resort mugs, you get free refills your entire stay. They're like $23 or something now. And they used to be, they come with the dining plan if you get the dining plan. But yeah, Beach and Yacht had the gingerbread carousel, which I definitely have the last few years on the channel. I think one of the carousels got its own video on the channel a few years back, so you can check that out. But yeah, so they got a setup at Boardwalk, some kind of gingerbread set up at Boardwalk, some kind of gingerbread set up with the Carousel Beach Club. Last year they had something at Yacht Club too, I think. Wilderness Lodge has its own smaller gingerbread house for sure. Contemporary has a gingerbread setup. So better than dipping the Christmas cup cookie. What are those cookies called? There's a name for those cookies at the Mickey's Not So Very Merry Christmas Party. I can't remember what the name of those cookies are. Anyway, I got some kind of cookie. Anyway, but that is what they do. And again, as I like to call it, everything they do for Christmas specifically is part of Walt's Firewall, because the word Christ is in Christmas, whether you like it or not. And it celebrates that. For me, that's what it makes me think of. It makes me think of the birth of Jesus Christ and all that he did for this world, and the fact that none of us would even have a fighting chance if it weren't for that guy. So that's important. And Walt wanted that kind of stuff. He wanted something that was celebratory and from the season and all of those good, things. So the Christmas season at Walt Disney World is still magical, still part of Walt's Firewall until they decide to get rid of that. Will they ever? Let's hope not. Again, I try to have hope for this company that somebody will take over or purchase it or something who's in charge that is not Bob Iger, and it won't be worse than Bob Iger, but it will be the other direction. If we keep going in the same direction as Bob Iger, it's not going to be a good deal. Snickerdoodle. I think Snickerdoodle was the word I was looking for. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. The gingerbread chocolate chip red velvet, those are fine, but it's Snickerdoodle that I was thinking of specifically because when I used to work at Disney World Magic Kingdom during the Very Merry Christmas Party for DVC, people would bring me their Snickerdoodle cookies. I say, here, take one of my cookies. So that was kind of fun. But anyhow, we have so far, we have a gifty drop from Going Shoji and a super from Dude Man Cuz. And we're going to do a miniature celebration before I get on to the main story. So let's celebrate a little.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect!
Oh, this is just the best of my scene. We got gifties, we got supers, we got lovelies, we got celebration time. My voice went really high and I just froze up. Look at that. I froze up. Let's get to the main story. The main story is the story of monsters, which is perfect because tomorrow is Halloween, and the Universal monsters are the most classic monsters, even technically more classic than anything Disney has done, because Disney wasn't doing. They did the skeleton thing a long time ago. The animation. When is the Christmas party at Magic? Somebody in the chat might be able to find that when the first night of the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. It should be next week, I think. But anyhow, let's get on to these monsters at Universal. So when I saw what I'm about to show you, literally my jaw dropped. I've never seen animatronics of this nature, and I'm going to put this on the screen. Hopefully, there's no audio. Again, this is fair use, and so I don't want anything claimed. Hopefully, it's not claimed. But I'm not going to use any audio from this. I'm just going to show you the video, and I want to show you how absolutely cool these animatronic monsters look at the Dark Universe. So I'm going to play this, no sound. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. So this is Peter Carcillo. Look at this werewolf. Wolfman, I guess. It's not even werewolf. It's Wolfman. There's Frank. And look at the animation. This is not a person in a costume. These are actual animatronics. I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, my gosh, these look as good as Elon's Optimus robot, but like if they were in these monster costumes. And I'm wondering if there was any collaboration in technology there. Look at this is the Dracula. The Dracula looks like a real guy in a costume. I mean, it's so freakishly frightening. And it was funny because they haven't really spent that's all the video is. It's short. It's a super short video. Epic Universe opening May, but the cool thing is they have that opening date now, opening May 22nd. I love that they have that opening date now. That is so cool. And let me see. I'm going to try and get rid of that. Yeah. So the wolf Dracula looks real. They all look real. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. I can't really show it again because I just got it off the screen. But my favorite Universal monster, if I had to choose just one, is Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster. just because the whole story of Frankenstein's monster is brought back to life. He's misunderstood. He's not even trying to do anything wrong. And I don't know. It's always an interest. There's so many different ways to interpret Frankenstein's monster after the Mary Shelley book was written. Also written by a woman, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. What Disney brought to the table against these animatronics was as okras. That's what's so funny. So what I was gonna say is I remember. So this video is really short. You can see that's a short video, but in that 30-second or 1 minute time span, they showed so much. Now, in my estimation, the closest thing that Disney has that they can compare to this is the Spider-Man animatronic at California Adventure that looks like it's from a distance, looks like Spider-Man. Looks like, I mean, they interchange it in the show with a real person doing Spider-Man so that when you see the animatronic, it's one that they've managed to make fly through the air and land and then gets replaced by a human being. It's a pretty cool effect, but it's more like an illusion, right? Because it's the illusion of a real person doing this thing that's not actually real. Because it's actually an animatronic doing it. Well, these aren't going to be known animatronics. Then Disney, this last year, prior to Tiana's Bayou Adventure opening, put so much emphasis, and they came out with video after video after video advertising for months on end how cool their animatronics and Tiana's Bayou Adventure would be. And then Tiana's Bayou Adventure opened, broken constantly. And that's why I wanted to compare it, is because I have a feeling that, I mean, this is where they are with these animatronics now. The park isn't opening for another 6 months. And yeah, you said they're ditching the Spider-Man animatronic too. I wonder if that's gone wrong. It sucks because I haven't seen it in person yet, and I'd love to see it before it goes away. But maybe I won't get a chance to. I don't know. What I do know is that Epic Universe, these monsters are going to be there for a long time. They're going to take they're going to need heavy maintenance there to keep this thing up and running. But with all of the criticism that Tiana's Bayou Adventure on both coasts now, by the way, I've heard that it's had issues running at California, just like it's had issues running at here at Walt Disney World. Now, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is taking it on the nose, and Epic Universe, there's no way Universal is going to let that happen. So they're going to make sure when these things are installed that they are up and running and they work right as much of 100% of the time as possible. It may go down, but I don't think this attraction is going to be down for very long, just because they know too well what happens when these attractions are down, and they don't want to get that kind of criticism. They want everything to be on the up and up and very, very cool going into this. So this is what Go and Show You says. He says that the fountains and Spider-Man are on the endangered Disney list. That is super sad. So yeah, it's true. It's true. So you've got Universal, who I think 10, 15 years ago, you would have never thought was even in any kind of real competition with Disney. When I first moved here, 2009, I'm telling you, Universal was a dead park. You could go to Islands of Adventure. You could do everything in a few hours and be done. And there were no crowds. There was nobody there. Then Harry Potter came in and changed the game, and they've been changing the game ever since. Well, the weird part is, during that same period of time, Disney's tried to play catch up with lands like Pandora, Land of Avatar, which, by the way, I think is fantastic, but kind of small. I'd love to see an expansion of Pandora, Land of Avatar at the Animal Kingdom. I would also love to see Wakanda coming off of Africa in the Animal Kingdom, but I don't know if Disney has the rights to do Wakanda at a theme park, and I don't think they do, which is sad. But it would be really cool to see. Even if I'm not on board with the last Black Panther movie, I don't think it was nearly as good as the first. I'd still love to see a real life Wakanda that I could do things in, especially like I hated the CGI did not look good in the last in the first Black Panther movie. The end CGI fight between the two Black Panthers basically is what they were. It didn't look good, but the idea of how they were transporting the vibranium through there would make for such a cool ride that I immediately thought of that and thought maybe they're trying to do this. If they don't do it at Disney World, try to do it at Disneyland. Come on, Disney. I mean, you've had that property for 10 years now. Do something with it. It would be very, very cool. Am I okay with the Bug's Life being replaced? Where did the comment go? Oh, there it is. Jonathan Ruman says, are you okay with the Bug's Life being replaced? That was a fun show. How do I feel about that? It's weird because A Bug's Life fits the theming of the fact that there are bugs living in the trunk of a tree. That's the whole point, is the theming of it. It works. Now they're going to have to say the Tree of Life's trunk is a portal to a different dimension, different world. And that's kind of not really in theme with Animal Kingdom. Now, the show itself, I don't mind a Zootopia show being down there, and it'd probably be a good show. It would probably be fun, but it's not very well themed. Not as well themed as A Bug's Life being down there, but it is what it is. Is Dinosaur still open? Dinosaur is still open right now, I believe. Can you imagine if they put a proper Avengers fountain in DCA? It would be such a draw and bring some missing energy to Avengers Campus. I would like to imagine it, but I haven't been to Avengers Campus yet. I need to get out to Disneyland, California, and check that out. Guys, we are getting ready to move over to Culture Casino in his show, and I've got that ready to go. And I want to tell you about a couple things I have coming up on the channel. Again, I'm editing the SeaWorld vlog. And I plan on, hopefully I can do this, but keep an eye on the channel today for me potentially going live from the Magic Kingdom today, because I want to show, I won't be able to be out there tomorrow, and I want to show the last of the fall and Halloween decor at the Magic Kingdom before they change over to Christmas. So I'm going to try to get out there today to show that if I can, and I want to do that on a live. So keep an eye out. I can't promise it's going to happen, but it should be able to happen. So keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye out for the goals on this, and please share this out on your social medias. This particular show does not seem to be feeding into the YouTube algorithm all that well. I don't know why it is, because I don't really cover anything particularly controversial. There's a few shows that have, but most of the time it's just like fun theme park stuff that we like today. Nothing really controversial in this. So, but it doesn't seem to be hitting the algorithm very well. So share this out with as many people as you can, because the way that we build an audience to a show like this is with you all, because you guys are the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out. And with that being said, I want to thank you, Go and Shogi, so much for the gifty and Dude Man Cuz. I appreciate the $1.99 super chat. I think the goal is probably going to be, I don't know what they are. Is it $4.99 super chats or something like that? I don't set the goal. It's just something YouTube puts up, or unless I can figure out how to change it. It was a brand new thing as of today. But regardless of any of that, whether it's gifties or supers or PayPals or any of that, I always love to celebrate you all. So before we head out the door, based on, where did they go? I got to put them up. Based on these guys, we are going to do a full, long celebration. Let's celebrate, everybody.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, that's too much. go so crazy. Be a pretty decent guy, I must say.
Hey, all right. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in today, for the gifties, for the super chats, the super sixers, super thanks, all the support you guys give, all the love that you give. And I love you guys. Remember, next Tuesday, if you're in the United States, that's voting day. Go out and vote. Make your voice heard. Thank you, Go and Shogi, for sharing out about the merch. And I'm working on coming up with some new designs for merch. So I appreciate that so much. Again, keep an eye out for everything that's coming up on the channel. Also, Pro and anywhere else that I might be there. I have created a playlist for all my guest appearances on Pro and Lorena and that Park Place and all that kind of stuff. So you can check that out too. And until next time, thank you all. We love you all, and we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.